everyone. This is Mary from the Neonatal Department Center, Sexual Assault Nurse Examiner. I hope everyone is doing well. This week I want to talk about insomnia, and I know we're all dealing with that right about now, this whole COVID-19 and things starting to open back up, and we've got a lot on our minds. A lot of us, can't pay the bills, we're not having money coming in, and it's tough, and so many sleepless nights of how we're going to do this, how we're going to do that. So I just want to go over a couple of different things with you if I can. So what is insomnia? Insomnia involves uh, difficulty falling asleep, difficulty staying asleep, and the wakefulness. And there are different types of insomnia. You can have the short duration, which is for a few days. Then you can have the insomnia that lasts longer than 3 weeks, or insomnia that lasts a little less than 3 weeks. And basically, it's just having the difficulty resting. And so, what can cause it? Some of the causes it can be the older adults, and females have a higher incidence of insomnia. Chronic medical disorder, chronic mental disorder. You can have the difficulty work hours. The swing shifts. You're one week you're working 11 p to 7 a, and the next one 7 a to 7 p, and that will really upset your sleep cycle. You can have family history of insomnia, difficult daytime napping, noise, which is huge. So I tell people get those earplugs if you can. Noise, including a snoring partner, someone that is rocking the house, just snoring, and you can't get any sleep. Frequent need to urinate, getting up at night from a variety of reasons, night sweats, sexual issues, drinking caffeine drinks, right? Like coffee, your pop, any kind of Coca-Cola that will keep you awake, green tea. I know people like to have a lot of stuff before they go to bed, but it'll make you keep up. Now, some people will just be able to go to sleep after they drink that, they think, and that what happens is you'll sleep for a couple hours and you wake back up, and then you can't get back to sleep. Recent illness, right? The stress, maybe obviously losing a loved one, or the whole COVID-19, and now things are starting opening back up. And I know kids are asking, do I have to go back to school at this time? And I know there's been a lot of talk about that as of today. Use of some drugs, smoking, alcoholism, drug abuse, all this stuff can keep you awake. So what are signs and symptoms? Number one, difficulty falling asleep. The brief periods of sleep followed by wakefulness. It's like, okay, now I'm up and I can't go back to sleep. And you have normal sleep until early in the hours. And then when early in the hours come, that's when you have this period of extreme wakefulness. Some people wake up with frightening thoughts when they have to wake up suddenly like that. Lack of sleep causes problems with your life, you guys. It really does. It causes problems with your social, your family, your work, everything. If you're at work and all of a sudden things are going really well, and then bam, you have this period of insomnia, it's going to affect your work. And then your boss is going to come up to you and say, hey, what's going on? So then you have to evaluate what is really going on in my life. What's making me not being able to fall asleep? And I know stress is usually the number one thing that affects all of us. Not being able to fall asleep. I know as a mom and a nurse, I spend many sleepless nights. So, and it's difficult. It's difficult. You got to catch yourself. You got to bring yourself down. You got to tie off that brain, and that is extremely hard to do. So the first thing you're going to do, guys, if you have these issues, you're going to call your doctor, right? Get your doctor on the phone, tell him or her what's going on, and then let them decide what they think is going to be best for you. They're going to ask you a series of questions, which you probably already know. And if they might have cognitive behavioral therapy for you, if there's history of depression or mood disorder or something like that, they'll put you in a cognitive behavioral group where you can talk with people or talk one-on-one with a counselor and find out what's going on. And that works very, very well for most people. Try these other self-care things if you don't mind. Like maybe take like a warm bath before you go to bed, maybe 15 to 20 minutes. Try reading a good book. Try listening to meditative music. Try yoga. Yoga is actually very good to bringing you down. You can, like I said, meditate by listening to good music. When you go on YouTube, you can bring something up and you can actually put in meditation music, and you can have two ways. You can have someone orally walk you through meditation and what it does, and it'll help bring you down just by the calmness of their voice. And the other thing is where you can turn on, you can have like a picture of the moon or the sun or the waves and stars, and it'll play the soft melodic music for you. And then the screen turns black. And by the time it turns black, you are in this, you start coming down and you're able to relax and shut off the brain. Because, like I said before, shutting off the brain is huge and it's something that we have to do. And I know, as especially today, and I don't keep coming back to this, but is in today's world, you know, um, it's something that we have to do in order to just make it through the next day, right? Um, provide yourself a comfortable sleep setting, i.e., make the room cool, put on a little fan. I've had patients tell me that when they turn the fan on, they can actually fall asleep to the motor, to the sound of the motor, and relax that way. Read a good book. You know, if now, say for instance, you're laying there 15 to 20 minutes, you're like, forget it, I just can't sleep, forget it. You know, get up out of bed, and go do something. Whether it's doing a load of laundry, whether it's unloading the dishwasher, walking around, whatever you got to do, go ahead and do it. Just don't turn the TV on, because the TV will just ramp you up and keep you up, and you won't be able to shut off the brain because you'll be thinking about what was said on the TV and all the other stuff. So avoid watching the TV if you can. Set a strict sleep cycle. Like, for instance, if you're like, you know what, I'm going to bed at 9 o'clock every night, and I get up at this time. And try to stick to that if you can. On the weekends, I think, are the hardest, right? Because we're off from work if we're not working. You know, if we are working, we're off from work those days, and you know, and you're just like, I'm going to stay up and watch this movie, you know, and then it messes you up. So if you can, try to keep that sleep cycle if at all possible. That really does help. Exercise. Don't exercise before bed. I've heard two thoughts on that. Exercise before bed, it can help you rest. And then I've heard don't exercise before bed because it'll ramp you up and give you more energy, and you know, gets the heart pumping and all that, and get those little happy hormones moving. And that can give you a little bit more energy. Really can. Um, and then, you know, have your alone time with your partner. That's very important. You know, that reconnection, if you will. Um, because that can take a lot of stress off if you have that reconnection with your partner. And these are just things that my victims have told me, my patients have told me that work for them. These are things that I've researched and also what I know works personally for me. So I hope it works. But the biggest thing is taking care of yourself and doing what's right for you. And amidst everything we're going on, you guys, I know this can work. You just got to find what works for you. All right. And everybody hang in there. We're getting there. We're slowly coming out of this whole COVID-19 little by little. Hang in a little bit more longer. We have a little more patience. We are getting there, little by little. We really are. And until we talk next time, you guys stay healthy, please, and follow, you know, Governor DeWine's text that he's put out there. It's all just to keep us safe. And if you have any questions, please leave them for me. Any comments, anything at all, I welcome everything. You guys know that. So you take care of yourselves, and we'll talk soon. Okay, bye.